done in the mode of ignorance also is like that. This is more degraded work than that of the work done in mode of passion. Mohakarabhi, out of delusion. The person who is in mode of ignorance, he performs the action out of delusion. His false ego is very great. His false ego is very great. His consciousness is very, very low consciousness. And he cannot think of the consequences of such action. He thinks himself to be very great, and what he does, he thinks that it will be beneficial to him. But the result of the work done in mode of ignorance is injurious to others and gives misery to others. Misery to others. And the result of the work is also out of expectation of the performer of the work, performer. The doer of the work will get such results which he has not expected. He had, before beginning, before performance of the action, out of ignorance, he was thinking, he would have thought of that result will be very good, congenial to him for the fulfillment of his material desires. But in the practical, it says impractical. In the practical field, he would find that the result is very depressing, disappointing, and he cannot get his desired results, expected results. It's quite different. Because his consciousness is very low, he is in the mode of ignorance, which is the lowest type of mode out of three modes of mental nature, and his false ego is very great, and he is completely in delusion. His I and mind, I-ness and mindness is very great. That is moha, that is delusion. Ata bruhachetra sutapavite janasya mohayam aham mameti. This is moha. Janasya mohayam aham mameti. He thinks the body is self, and also those are related to the body are relatives, teeth, kin, friends, so-called friends. He thinks that this grow, this house belongs to him, this field, material assets and material landed property, what he has belongs to him. Petro, Suto, Apto, Vito, his wife, his children, his friends, his material wealth, everything belongs to him. He cannot think of beyond that, because he is in the mode of ignorance. The person who is in the mode of goodness can think of Satta Sanjayata Jnana, can think of by instruction that everything belongs to Krishna. He can be instructed and he can accept it. That such persons, those who are in mode of passion and ignorance, especially in ignorance, they are so much deluded. They cannot be taught this higher philosophy. They cannot be taught. They are too much deluded. That delusion is very great. So, Krishna says, such persons, the work done by such persons are very injurious to others. Injurious to himself, injurious to others. That means, so performer of such work also gets misery. Leads a very miserable life, must lead, because he has no foresight. He cannot think of the result of the work, outcome of the work, and consequence of the work. So, without such foresight or clear thinking, the work he does must bring very bad effect. That Krishna says it gives misery to the door as well as to others. And it is also found, such persons, though get such results, miserable results, still they cannot get a good lesson out of it. They can learn a good lesson out of it. Their consciousness is so low consciousness, like animal consciousness, animalistic consciousness. But they are born in human species of life. Good chance is there for them. They can elevate themselves to higher stages of consciousness if they get the mercy of some Sadhu or Vaishnava, if they have some ajnata sukruti in previous life, ajnata sukruti in previous life, they will be benefited. They will come for sadhu sangha, association of sadhus, or by chance also, by the arrangement of providence of super soul, they can meet the sadhu or draw the attention of a sadhu or the mercy of a sadhu. For example, we may give the Mrugari Badas example, you understand? In Tejas Samuto, Mrugari Badho, hunter, do you know that story? Is a person in the mode of ignorance. Because he was getting pleasure in killing animals, but he is not killing them completely, he is killing them half, making them half dead. And they were feeling so much pain, and he was getting pleasure out of it. What sort of pleasure? Very good. An animal is getting so much pain. If you have been completely dead, that a good thing is died, finished. No pain is there. But making animal half dead position and inflicting so much pain to him is definitely action done, work done in mode of ignorance. Such a hard-hearted person, cruel-hearted person, has no kindness in his heart. Heart is not soft at all. It is as hard as stone or harder than stone. we may say, and he gets pleasure out of that. And every day he was engaged in such activity. He cannot think of the consequence of his work. What a horrible consequence he has to reap. You understand? As it is said, he has to give the account of his work before king or before Jamraj, definitely. And he must suffer for this sinful activity he has performed or action done in mode of ignorance, which he do not know. He do not know what will be the consequence. That's an example of the activity, action done in mode of ignorance. You understand? That as per Gita says. But he got the mercy of Narada Muni, the great Sadhu, Maharaja. So we must say, either he had a Jnana Sukruti or Narada Muni, the great Sadhu, showed his mercy on such a person. Those who are very elevated sadhus, great Vaishnava sadhus, devotees, they are very, very merciful. Very, very merciful. Wonderfully merciful. Adhuta Karunya. Mahaprabhu showed that sort of mercy to all fallen souls, like Naradhama's lowest of the persons, such Duracharas, most sinful persons like Jagais and Madhais. You understand? So Mahaprabhu is known as Patita Pavana, Adhuta Karunya, Adhuta Vadanya, Adhuta Udarja. Wonderfully, Mahaprabhu is wonderfully merciful, wonderfully munificent, wonderfully magnanimous. You understand? So, devotees, those who are dear devotees of Sri Mahaprabhu or Supreme Lord Krishna, they are also like that. So, Narada Muni was a great devotee of the Lord, Vaishnava, Sadhu. So, these Vaishnavas, the Sadhus, Maharajas, generally they are very merciful by nature. They see that this person is such an ignorant fool. His consciousness is so low, like animal consciousness. He is in such a condition. He is in the grip of Maya, and especially the mode of ignorance is dominating in him. So he cannot understand what he is doing or what will be its consequence. Out of ignorance, he is deluded also. So sadhus generally shower their mercy on such persons. On such persons, they don't know. Such ignorant persons, they don't know what they are doing and what will be the consequence of their action. They don't know. They cannot think of it. Such deluded persons, such low persons in low type of consciousness. So those who are elevated sadhus, they generally shower their mercy upon such persons. Really, they are worthy persons to get mercy from the sadhus. They are really worthy persons to get mercy. Befitting persons. When sadhus generally shower their mercy upon such persons, because they are these persons are in so low type of consciousness. Consciousness is so low. They are so ignorant. Haridas Thakur. Take the example of Haridas Thakur also. Haridas Thakur showed mercy. Those persons, the people of Kashis, those beat him so mercilessly and went into bazaars, you understand? Still, he showed his mercy upon them. How merciful is sadness. You understand? Because thus Thakur could understand these people are in mode of ignorance. The people are in mode of ignorance. They have no knowledge at all what they are doing. What will be the consequence of their action? They don't know it. They cannot think of it. If they would have knowledge, they would not have done so. So, he prayed to the Lord, please forgive me. Please forgive them. Otherwise, they would have been punished thereby immediately. Krishna, the Supreme Lord, cannot tolerate the blasphemy of his devotees. Krishna can tolerate his own blasphemy. Someone blasphemes Krishna. Krishna can tolerate it. But Krishna can tolerate the blasphemy of their devotees is intolerable. You understand? Krishna becomes so angry. The disc Sudarshan Chakra immediately comes to punish such miscreants, offenders. But Haridas Thakur prayed, please forgive them. So that Sudarshan Chakra returned. You understand? Otherwise. So this opportunity is there for such people. Those who are in mode of ignorance. Haridas Thakur showed his mercy. In this case, Narada Muni showed his mercy on Mrugari Marga. You understand? Narada Muni told him, well, that bat or that hunter was aiming at shooting an arrow to another animal. Narada Muni approached there, arrived there. So, his attention was diverted. So he asked Narada Muni, why do you come here? Do you become bewildered? Do you forget your own path that you come here? But Narada Muni said, no. Purposefully I have come to you. I found on the way some animals are half dead. They are getting so much pain. An arrow is pierced unto them. Who has done this thing? He said, I have done. Do you want some? Take something, some animal. No, I don't want it. I have come to tell you, if you are killing them completely, kill them completely. Let them be dead. That's one thing. Don't make them half dead. They are getting so much pain. He says, I get pleasure out of it. Oh, you are getting pleasure out of it? What nonsense. They are getting pain and you are getting pleasure. Do you know what will be the consequence of your action? Do you know? For how many years, innumerable, how many lives, innumerable lives, you will suffer like this, in this world. Don't you know these things? Because he is in mode of ignorance. He couldn't think of the consequence what he is doing. You understand? But Sadhu, like Narada Muni, could know this thing. So when he said this, that person, Mrugari Bhadra, took it very seriously. Because of the mercy of Sadhu like Narada Muni, otherwise he couldn't have thought of this thing. A sadhu showered his mercy. So his consciousness immediately became elevated. You understand? So he took it seriously. Oh, I will have such consequences. Yes. Innumerable lives, not one life, but 2 lives. Will so suffer so like this, and also go to hell and suffer there thousands and thousands of years. And then he was very much shocked. So he changed. She begged pardon, mercy of Narada Muni, how he will be protected from the consequences of such horrible action. If there are any, can you shower your mercy on me? I have done so many, committed so many this sinful activity. Every day I am doing. Then Narada Muni said, yes, there is a remedy for it. But I want to tell you, if you have no faith in me, you cannot put faith in what I say. This is most important. And Sadhu wants to know that thing. Therefore we have this saying, Sadhu Shastra Guru Vakyo Chidit Kuriyaikyo, Ar Nokuriyo Mani Asha. So one must, if someone is intelligent or fortunate enough, he puts his faith, unflinching faith, in Sadhu, Shastra and Guru Vakya. What is said in Shastra, what is Sadhu or Guru says, unflinching faith. He is a fortunate person, or he is a very intelligent person. Otherwise, he is unfortunate, unintelligent person. So, this Mrugari Vadho, though he was in the mode of ignorance, still he got some intelligence. Because of this mercy of Narada Muni. His consciousness became elevated. So he immediately said, yes, I completely believe you. I have full faith in you. Please instruct. What shall I do? Then Narada Muni says, all right, what shall I say? You should do it. With full faith immediately. And Narada Muni said, first, drop this bow and throw it away. First, he said. Then he thought, all right, I'll do it, but one condition is there. Who will give me food? How can I get food to maintain myself, maintain my family? Thereby, every day, I kill these animals, and thereby I get my food and maintain my family. Then how can I maintain if I break my bow and throw it away? How can I maintain myself? How can I get food? The Narada says, all right, I'll give you food. I'll supply you food, send food, supply food every day for you. If you supply, all right, I'll do it. So he did it immediately. So this is the mercy of a sadhu. Such persons, then we got what Narada Muni said, he did it. He put full faith in Narada Muni's words. And he became sadhu. He became sadhu. You understand? And he got enough to eat. That story is there. So, only this way is open for them. Otherwise, these people must suffer life after life. In the how? In this life and then after death, after life also. Yaha or para. This life and after that, this life. They suffer in the how and life after life they suffer. Because they don't know what will be the consequence. They had not expected this thing. When they are doing work or action, such result will come. This is they don't know the consequence. This is the action done in mode of ignorance. Only this thing is open for them if they are intelligent or if they have some Ajnata Sukruti, or fortunately, if they can get the mercy of a sadhu, then they will be saved. They will be elevated. Their consciousness will be elevated, and they will come to the mode of sattva-gun, and then beyond that, they will go beyond that, and they will go to Shuddha Sattva, become a pure devotee also. Because they have got this human form of life, which is rarely often dullabha. This is there. But Krishna says here, what is the work done in mode of passion, and what is the work done in mode of ignorance, and what are the consequences? Thereby is teaching, Krishna is teaching for the humanity not to do such work, not to be in such modes of mental nature. They should elevate themselves at least to sattva, mode of goodness. Then they can understand this higher knowledge, philosophy, and they can also be instructed by the sadhus. They can accept the instructions of sadhus, and they, following the instructions of sadhus, then they will go beyond these three modes of mental nature and come to the path of pure devotion. This avenue is open for them. Otherwise, they will reap a very, very miserable consequence of their activity.
Translation. The worker who is free from all material attachments and false ego, who is enthusiastic and resolute, and who is indifferent to success or failure, is a worker in the mode of goodness. Purport. A person in Krishna consciousness is always transcendental to the material modes of nature. He has no expectations for the result of the work entrusted to him, because he is above false ego and pride. Still, he is always enthusiastic till the completion of such work. He does not worry about the distress undertaken. He is always enthusiastic. He does not care for success or failure. He is equal both in distress or happiness. Such a worker is situated in the mode of goodness. Translation again.
Speaks about worker in mode of goodness. Then we'll speak about worker in mode of passion. Then we'll speak about worker in mode of ignorance. Prior to this, we spoke about three types of work. Work done in mode of goodness, work done in mode of passion, work done in mode of ignorance. Now it comes to the worker. First he speaks about the worker, sattvika karta, worker who is in mode of goodness. What is his characteristics? What are his qualities? He speaks all about it. Most important is free from false ego. He never loses his patience. He always patient. And he never cares for failure or success. He works in Krishna consciousness and is very resolute. He never shakes off the decision he has taken up. Nishchaya. This is a worker in mode of goodness. Sadhu. most important is the person will be in Krishna consciousness, automatically gain all these qualities. These are all good qualities. Srila Rupa Goswami in his Bhubaneswar, nectar of instruction in why, has said, Sahan Nishaya Dharjat, Tattat Karma Pravartanat, Sangatyaga Satabriti, Sadavir Bhaktir Prasiddhati. He has said this thing. This is about bhakti. Sadavir Bhakti, 6 items. Soy satusanga, soy dosa sodhi, soy gunandya, soy satusanga deho amare, basechi sange rase, soy begadami, soy dosa sodhi, soy gunandya, soy satusanga deho amare, basechi sange rase. That is all there in nectar of instruction. 6 items are there which increases bhakti. Tadavir bhakti prasiddhati. And 6 items are there which brings obstacles in bhakti, path of bhakti, detrimental to bhakti. So those 6 items, when Srila Rupa Goswami speaks, first he speaks, Saham Nistaya Dharjat. These 3 are. Then next 3, Tattat Karma Pravartana, Sangatyaga Svataprati. Next 3. So these first items, most important, Utsaham Nishchaya Dharjat. Enthusiasm, strong determination, or resolution as you say, and patience. So these qualities are here mentioned. In a worker who is in mode of goodness, sattvic karta, he is resolute. What strong determination is taken up, he never sets up till the end. And he never loses his patience. He is patient. Dharjya. You understand? Dharjya. And Kusha. He never also loses enthusiasm. Throughout his work, he gives up all these things. Such a person is, or worker is, in mode of goodness. And he will very quickly develop Krishna consciousness. Whereas the other workers in mode of passion or ignorance, cannot so easily develop Krishna consciousness. A worker, a person in mode of goodness very quickly, easily develops. And it's also said here, Srila Prabhupada in purport says, that he works in Krishna consciousness. This is most important. If someone will develop Krishna consciousness and work in that consciousness, automatically these qualities will develop. Jasyasti bhaktir bhagavati kinchana sarvei gunistatro samasti sura harava bhaktasya kuta mahadguna manorthena sati bhavata vahi. Srimad Maharaja says this thing. Jasyasti bhaktir bhagavati kinchana. Who is akinchana bhakta, unalloyed devotee. And this akinchana bhakta thinks himself very low, Pranadapi Sunicho, and that's a good quality. of a pure devotee, bhakti. Ah. Srimati Kunti Devi has also said that Janmi Surya Sutta Srivir Yadhuman Madhupuma Naivaratya Vidhatu Vaitam Akinchana Gocharam. She has said the same thing. Unless a person becomes very humble by nature, unless one gives up his pride, false ego, pride, false ego and pride, he says. Such a worker in mode of goodness is free from false ego, is very humble by nature, no pride, and thinks himself to be lowest of the low. These are the qualities of a pure devotee. He is a devotee. Kunti Devi says, one who is free from false ego, pride, thinks himself very low. By nature, one is very humble, kinchon, who has nothing in this world. His only asset is Krishna. His only asset is Krishna. Nama akinchana vittaya. Akinchana vittaya. Krishna is the vitta, the asset of such a kinchana devotee, who has nothing in this world. Krishna is his asset. So these are the qualities of pure devotee. If someone develops such devotion, pure devotion towards Krishna, automatically all these good qualities manifest in his person, automatically. There is no need of making effort for this acquisition of these qualities. It's automatically developed. But here, Krishna speaks about the worker in the mode of goodness. Of course, such worker is in the material mode. But out of the three modes of material nature, Sattva, Raja, Tamo, this mode of goodness is the best out of these three. So, if someone comes to this mode of goodness, then he comes to a favorable position, situation. Who will very easily develop bhakti. And if he is fortunate enough, he associates with the sadhus, Vaishnavas, and develops firm faith in their words, and steadily listens to them, he very soon comes to this platform, bhakti. Sattva, Sandhya, Vijnana. He'll be interested for the acquisition of this knowledge, this philosophical discussions, this philosophy of Krishna consciousness. He will develop his inquisitiveness. If someone comes to this platform of goodness, this brings favorable circumstances for him. So, in other words, we may say, such a person, that a person in the mode of goodness is just in the threshold of bhakti, just beginning, and is getting favorable circumstances to develop this devotional service, to develop this attitude of devotion. You understand? So, Krishna, whatever Krishna says here in Bhagavad Gita and whatever Srila Prabhupada gives in his commentary, explains in his commentary, this purport, this shows that a person in Krishna consciousness and a person in mode of goodness, slight difference. Slight difference. No difference at all, very slight difference. All these qualities are there in such a person who is in mode of goodness. All these qualities. The qualities that we find in a devotee. Saham Nisayadharya. He never loses his enthusiasm. He never shakes off from his determination. He remains resolute throughout his work. He never loses his patience. He is always sane in success and failure. And these are the good qualities. If you will find such qualities in some person, then you can understand this person is in mode of goodness. And he'll very soon develop this attitude of devotion. Just now opening his gate towards devotion. Just on the threshold of devotional service. And he is become bhakta. He is in the low type of bhakti also now. Because we are a person in Krishna consciousness. Thus person in Krishna consciousness and person in mode of goodness is equal, almost equal. Almost equal. Maharaja said that is purported. Person in Krishna consciousness works in Krishna consciousness. And one who will work in Krishna consciousness, definitely he will be in this mode of goodness. And further he will further makes progress by the association of elevated sadhus and accepts a bona fide spiritual master and works under his guidance, then he completely comes to the path of devotion. In other words, he comes to the Shuddha Sattva state. Transcends that mode of material mode of goodness and comes to the Shuddha Sattva state. And very easily will come. There will be no difficulty in his path.
It says here in the purport that he does not care for success or failure. So I would have thought that a devotee would naturally want success for the pleasure of Krishna.
But one thing, what is success and what is failure? What is the success and what is failure? What Krishna wants and what Krishna gives, that's success. You understand? We cannot ascertain through our material calculations the success and failure. No. Then so Krishna says, Karmanya Badhikaraste ma phaleshu kadasana. He says, you have right to work, but you have no right in the fruit of the work. That I do. Krishna is the giver of fruit. Phaladata. Krishna Phaladata. Krishna is the giver of fruit. Jiva Phalabhokta. Jiva, living entity, will get fruit. But Krishna will give the fruit. Man supposes, God disposes. That what Krishna gives, one should think, this is all right. That's success. But Krishna gives that success. If Krishna gives failure, apparently in apparent consideration or micro consideration, if someone thinks failure, if Krishna gives failure, one should think this is beneficial to me. You understand? I need it. Because it will bring me to the path of devotional service. So Krishna gives me this failure, which is failure in material sphere. You understand? And another thing is that it is also said failures are the pillars of success. Also one saying is like that. Failures are the pillars of success. If someone fails, say, suppose fails once, twice, thrice, repeatedly, and if he is a Sattvika Kurta, is a worker in mode of goodness, he never loses patience, ultimately he will achieve success. He becomes more and more resolute, more and more patient. You understand? He becomes indifferent to success and failure. So at last, success will come to him. You understand? He will crown with success. Krishna will give him success. As for example, that is a common saying, the slow but steady wins the race. This common saying is that slow but steady. You understand? He is steady. He is resolute. He is patient. He never loses enthusiasm. He is steady. He is steady in all circumstances, in success and failure. He wins the race. You understand? Slow but steady wins the race. You understand? So, it's quite clear. By the will of Krishna, under his control. So, what is needed for me, Krishna knows the best. But Krishna knows better than I know. Because I am a conditioned soul, all my thinkings are wrong, defective. Krishna knows the best. So what is needed for me, Krishna gives. Krishna sanctions that. So he remains indifferent, or he never loses his patience, or enthusiasm, or determination, or other words, you may say, he never becomes desperate. Or he is not a pessimist, he is always optimist. And it is also said there is no question of pessimism in this path of devotional service. No question of pessimism, is optimism, is all good. So, actually one who is a devotee is indifferent. He is indifferent to both success and failure, so-called success and failure. He knows it very well. Krishna is the ultimate sanction. Krishna is the giver of the result. But the result, I am working for Krishna, for the pleasure of Krishna and the guidance of a bona fide Guru. And Krishna is the giver of this result. So, what result comes, that's Krishna. Krishna wants these things, so Krishna gives me these things. So he never becomes desperate, he never loses patience. And he thinks, yes, it is all right. You understand? But Sattvika Karta, that means a worker who is in this mode of goodness, it gets something reverse, which is not expected. You understand? Something reverse. Still he does not lose his patience, doesn't lose his enthusiasm, and never shakes up from his determination. Rather he becomes more resolute, more determined. No, I must do it. Again I will try, again I will try, till success is achieved. He is this Karta, Sattvic Karta, a worker in the mode of goodness. But a devotee is something little different from this. This devotee completely depends upon Krishna. And what result Krishna gives, he is satisfied with it. If Krishna wants this thing, so this thing comes. This is the difference between a devotee and between a sattvikarta, a worker in mode of goodness. Because this is a material mode. But devotee is beyond that. So, tulya mana pamana yatulya nindatma sanstuti. That is also stated elsewhere, previously in Bhagavad Gita. Tulya mana pamana yatulya nindatma sanstuti. He is equal in both honor and dishonor. Mana pamana yatulya nindatma sanstuti. He is equal both praise and blasphemy. If someone blasphemes him, he tolerates him. If someone praises him, he never thinks himself elated. He is equal. He is bhakta. He is bhakta. Rather, a bhakta doesn't want to hear his own glorification. Atistuti nindar lakshana, Mahaprabhu says. Atistuti nindar lakshana. That Mahaprabhu is speaking. Srimad Mahaprabhu says, many people, those who are devotees, those who know that Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so they say, you are Lord, Supreme Lord, you are Narayan, you are like that, like that. Mahaprabhu looks his ears, no, I am a mere jiva. I am not Lord. Krishna stu Bhagavan Swayam, Krishna is Bhagavan, I am not Bhagavan. And Otistuti Nindar Lakshana. That such glorification, excessive glorification is a symptom of blasphemy. You understand? Ninda. Atistuti Nindar Lakshana. Mahaprabhu says. So devotee doesn't want, really, one who is a real devotee, he doesn't want self-glorification. If someone glorifies it, he doesn't want to hear all this. Rather says, no, I have no such quality. I am not such a worthy person. It is exaggeration. Something, exaggeration. And Atistuti Nindar Lakshana. That means, in other words, it is not glorification, it is vilification. Like that. It says like that. The devotee doesn't want this thing. You understand?
But that worker who is attached to the fruits of his labor and who passionately wants to enjoy them, who is greedy, envious, and impure, and moved by happiness and distress, is a worker in the mode of passion. Purport: a person is too much attached to certain kind of work or to the result because he has too much attachment for materialism or hearth and home, wife and children. Such a person has no desire for higher elevation of life. He is simply concerned with making this world as materially comfortable as possible. He is generally very greedy, and he thinks that anything attained by him is permanent and never to be lost. Such a person is envious of others and prepared to do anything wrong for sense gratification. Therefore such a person is unclean, and he does not care whether his earning is pure or impure. He is very happy if his work is successful, and very much distressed when his work is not successful. Such is a man in the mode of passion. Translation.
Worker in the mode of passion. Krishna speaks of three types of worker. Worker in mode of goodness, worker in mode of passion, then we will speak worker in mode of ignorance. According to three modes of material nature, there are three divisions. Work is divided into three. Previously spoke about it. Now speaks about worker. Also workers are also divided into three. Workers in mode of goodness, workers in mode of passion, workers in mode of ignorance. Yesterday we discussed workers in mode of goodness. Today this verse speaks about workers in mode of passion. Next verse will come, speak about workers in mode of ignorance. So passion is rajasam lobha eva chaha, stated. Those who are in mode of passion, they are mostly very greedy. Here it says also greedy. Greedy for material enjoyment, material accumulation, material assets, everything material. Person who is greedy for that. And he is very much attached to it. Attached to his work, attached to the results of the work, and attached to the enjoyment of its result also. And if that is baffled, or somebody, or for some reason, some obstruction comes, or somebody creates an obstacle, he becomes very angry. Kamesha krodhesha rajoguna samudbhava mahasana mahapapma vidyena yavairinam. In the beginning chapters of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said this thing. This is rajoguna. Kamesha krodhesha rajoguna samudbhava mahasana mahapapma vidyena yavairinam. Vairi means enemy. Krishna speaks, tells Arjuna, you should know this is your enemy. What? He said, krodha, anger. Anger is your enemy. Kam, krodha, lobha, traya, narkasya dvara, etatrayam tayat. Kama, material desire, krodha, anger, Kama, krodha, lobha, greed. Kama, material desire, also kama, also material lust. Is lust. Is for lust. Kama, prema. Prema we say love, kama, lust. Love, lust. In this material world, there is no love at all. It is lost. It is only lost. And it goes in the name of love. Lost. Only pure love is available there in the spiritual world. In material world, never find any love. It is lost. Perverted arm of love here, that is lost. So lust, greed, lust, anger, greed. Three enemies. The most famous enemies. Krishna says, give up these three enemies. Don't be. What do you say? In the grip of these enemies. Be free from these enemies. If you will be under the grip of these three enemies, then you will go to hell. A passionate person, a person who is in mode of passion, unlimited material desires he has. Ananta kamana, unlimited material desires. And always is busy in fulfilling his desires and perform such activity that will give some material achievement, material enjoyment. His mind is always filled with material thoughts, manifold material thoughts. and his mind is always busy, always thoughtful. He never gets any peace thereby, happiness thereby. He's always morose, morose. Because anybody who runs after this material achievement, he cannot get any real happiness and pleasure. It is in Srimad Bhagavatam also it is said, Nishi Nishoyana, Nana Manorthadiya Kanabhagi Nidra. Ahani Aprutartha Karana, Nishi Nishoyana, Nana Manorthadiya Kanabhagi Nidra. Daivahatartha Rachana Vishayopi Deva, Jasmat Prasanga Vimukha Yasun Saranti. Srimad Bhagavatam says this thing. These are passionate people. These are the symptoms of passionate people. That means they are always engaged in such activities, material activities. They have unlimited material desires, so they are very awfully busy. The whole day time. They toil very hard like an ass. They toil very hard. In various ways they are engaged. They are toiling hard for the fulfillment of their material desires. Toiling hard so much during the whole day time. When they come back home in the evening to take some rest at night, they cannot sleep at all. They cannot sleep at all. You see, such is the lot of these people, such miserable. Their life is so miserable, they cannot sleep at all. Sleeplessness, no sleep. Nishi Nishoyana. If you cannot sleep, this body will be deteriorated, will cut off with disease. That's one sort of disease, sleeplessness. So they go to the doctor to get sleeping pills. How can they sleep? Still, sometimes this medicine also fails. They cannot sleep. They cannot sleep. Because of this material cause only. Their mind is so filled with material thoughts, they cannot sleep. It is said 3 types of people cannot sleep at night. Yogi, Rogi, Bhogi. These 3 types of people cannot sleep at night. Yogi, that means those yog sadhana, they are yogis, transcendentals, yogis, especially the Jan yogis, meditation. They cannot sleep. They meditate throughout the night, and so. Rogi, those are patients attacked with some disease. They cannot sleep because they get pain out of disease. Patients, they have no sleep. The doctor gives them sleeping pill or gives them some injection, some drug, what do you say, Nisa, some, what is the what sort of injection that will make one asleep. Doctors give anesthesia like that. It's anesthesia. It's sort of injection give people asleep. Rogi, yogi, rogi, bhogi, this passionate people, those who are after this material enjoyment, Their mind is so much filled up with material thoughts, they cannot have sleep at night, you see. That's a fact. Nishi nishoyana. Nana manurthriya khanabhagna nidra. Daiva hatartha rachana vishayuti deva jisma prasanga vimukaya sansara. If by chance some little sleep comes, still it breaks. So many thoughts are haunting their mind. They have kept Alsatian dogs, they have acquired so much wealth, black money, etc. So, if the dog barks, they wake up. Oh, thief comes, the cat comes, the government people come, take away his black money or something, and arrest him. So much, always in fearful state also. This is passionate people. There is a story. There was such a person, such a passionate person, he couldn't get sleep at all. He tried to make so many efforts. He went to doctor, get so many medicine, but couldn't get sleep. So, this general conception of the people that this Maharajas, some Babajis, Maharajas, some Sadhus, they have some medicine. So, he thought of let me go to Sadhu, Maharaj. If he may give me some medicine, I can sleep. So nearby, like this, like a temple like this, Vaishnava Maharaj was there, who was doing bhajan, kirtan, pravachan like this. He had some students, he was teaching them Gita, Bhagavatam. So he went to that Maharaj, prostrated, full dandavat yatha. He said, Maharaj, please have mercy on me. I couldn't get sleep. If you have any medicine, please give me, let me have some sleep. Maharaj could understand this person is a very, very passionate person. So many material desires he has in his mind. His mind is always filled with such desires, material desires for material enjoyment. So he couldn't sleep. Maharaj could understand, because Vaishnava Maharaj, sannyasi, they know all this, you shall know all this. Srimad Bhagavatam Gita, where it is said, what is the symptom of these passionate people, you see. He said, oh, all right, yes, I have medicine. You please come in the evening, I'll give you medicine. So he came in the evening, as we are doing this evening class. Maharaj was doing evening class, bhajan, kirtan, pravachan, part pravachan class was there. Students, brahmacharis were sitting, Maharaj was giving class. It's going on, bhajan, kirtan, pravachan. That person came and he sat down there, leaning against this pillar. So, when there is this generally, when there is this bhajan, kirtan, pravachan, harikatha, harikirtan, Maya cannot enter there. You understand? And that's a fact. Because transcendental sound vibration is there, Krishna is there. Krishna Katha and Krishna are non-different. So when there is Krishna Katha, Krishna Kirtan, Krishna, Maya cannot enter there. Jahan Krishna, taha nahi Mayar adhikar. Stated. Jahan Krishna, taha nahi Mayar adhikar. Where there is Krishna, there is no Maya. So Maya is not here. So material thoughts cannot come into mind. Because this whole atmosphere is vibrated with the transcendental sound vibration of Krishna Katha. You understand? All spiritual vibrations. So how mental thoughts will come and vibrate? No, not at all. Maya is sitting there outside the gate, just sitting there. If you just go outside the gate, oh, the Khuda, oh, gripped the neck. Oh, no, I'll catch one of you. Where are you going? Then you are under the grip of Maya. Maya cannot enter into this compound. You understand? That's a fact. So, when that person sat there, so other the thoughts, mental thoughts couldn't come to his mind. It's now free. And transcendental sound vibration is there, spiritual vibration is there. So he started sleeping, leaning against the rock, snoring. And also it is instructed, Maharaja has instructed Krishna Katha and Krishna Nandibrain. So one should not sleep when there is Krishna Katha going on. That's an opera, one sort of offense. If someone is asleep, then we make him awake. You get up? That's sleeping. You understand? Seva aparad is there. So the brahmacharis, they know it. When that person started sleeping, they wanted to wake him up. Maharaja said, no, don't wake him up. Medicine is being applied. Let him sleep. So he slept. Very sound sleep. Snore, sound sleep. Maharaj, their class was over. They all went. Took prasad, they went to bed. That person was sleeping there all night, sound sleep. He had never had such sleep in his life, you see. And when it was morning, sun rose, sun's rays came, he got up. How? Such good sleep, sound sleep I had. So he went to Maharaj and paid full dandavat. Maharaj, you had such nice medicine. Oh, I had such a sound sleep in my life. I had never such a sleep. Maharaj said, yes, I have very good medicine. Very good for medicine I have. You please come every day. And I will give you medicine. This story, you understand? That means these thoughts, material thoughts, these passionate people, those who are passionate people, their mind is always filled with material thoughts. So even they cannot sleep at all. What speak of other things? Such a life, miserable life. If someone cannot sleep, what sort of life it is, you see? So naturally, his health will be deteriorated, he will be cut off with many kinds of diseases. That's a fact. Miserable life. How can we get any peace and happiness? Not at all possible. And Kamayesha Krodayesha Rajaguna Samudbhavo Mahasana Mahapapma Vidyenu Yavairinam. Therefore Krishna says, Arjuna, you should know these are your enemies. Lust, greed, anger. Lust, anger and greed. You understand? Many lustful desires are there. And when that person finds that some of his desires are baffled, going to be fulfilled, he gets angry. And if he can understand, for this person my desire is baffled, he creates, he has created obstacle. So he gets so much angry on him. It is said, anger is the younger brother of lust. Anger is the younger brother of the lust. You understand? Anger comes. When that is baffled and material desire is baffled, then anger comes. Kamesha, Krodhesha, and Rajoguna Samudbhava. Krishna says, this is the outcome of Rajoguna. Those persons who are generally very angry, you understand, who generally get angry very easily. And one should understand that they are passionate people. They are passionate people. They are angry because of their material, when their material desires are better. They are angry. Kamesha, Krodhesha, Rajoguna. This is Rajoguna. So here also, this is the repetition. The 18th chapter is the repetition of Gita. So previously all this has been said. Here also Krishna says, such people are very envious, asuchi, unclean. They can do anything for the fulfillment of their material desire. They can do anything. Even they will kill. They will kill their kith and kin, relatives or wife or friends to fulfill their material desires. They can do anything. They can go to any extent. Such people, passionate people. You understand? So, they are always unclean. Their thoughts are unclean. So by nature they are unclean. They are envious. They are greedy people. They always act tit for tat. You understand? Tit for tat. If someone brings some loss to him, then he also tries to put that person into such a condition, he will also sustain some loss. Tit for tat. Their activities are like that. And it is also said there. How can they get happiness or pleasure in their life? They cannot get happiness or pleasure. If by chance they get some success or if get something by chance, if some of their desires are fulfilled, they become very happy. And if they cannot get their desires fulfilled, some are baffled, they become so much more. You understand? That means they have no, balanced mind. They have no balanced mind. They become so much happy, or they think themselves so much elated if they will hear their praises, or if somebody will blaspheming them or call ill names. They become so angry, so more, so distressed. Gita says also to Bhubaneswar, anudvignamana sukhesu vigata spruha dukkhesu anudvignamana. Sukhesu vigata spruha dukkhesu anudvignamana. Person who in dukkha, in distress, is never disturbed, never becomes more. And in happiness, who never feels himself very elated or happy. He has a balanced of mind. You understand? He's balanced of mind. And he'll get pleasure and happiness. And thus these persons, the passionate persons, cannot get real pleasure and happiness because they feel unhappy when they get some distress. When their desires are better and they feel themselves happy, then they get something material benefit. They are so much attached to it. It is said, attached, ragi, karma phala pepsu. You see, they are so much attached. So it is advised. There should be only attachment towards Krishna. No other attachment. No other attachment. No material attachment at all. Material attachment will give you only misery. No happiness at all. So, develop detachment towards material enjoyment or material things, anything material, and develop attachment towards Krishna. Then you will get real happiness and real pleasure. And such a person who has developed real attachment towards Krishna is always, he has a balanced mind. He never feels himself happy when he gets something material enjoyment, and he never feels himself miserable when he gets sustained some material loss. He is equal. He is always in equal mind, balanced mind, both happiness and distress. And such a person is a bhakta, a devotee, who has developed attachment towards Krishna. But these persons, these people in this material mode of passion, no balanced mind. You understand? They feel themselves happy when they get something material enjoyment or material benefit, and they feel themselves unhappy and miserable, distressed when they sustain a material loss. So Krishna speaks all these things to come to this conclusion that develop attachment only towards Krishna. Give up all material attachments. Be detached, completely detached from material things. Such passionate people are too much attached to their home, earth, wife, family, children, country, countrymen, material assets. They are always very much attached to it. And if they find any sustaining material loss in these things, they become so much distressed. You understand? How can they get happiness or peace in their mind, in life? Not at all. So Krishna says all these things to teach people, human beings, especially people in the world, that to develop attachment only towards Krishna. Give up all sorts of attachment towards your material objects or material things or material relationship, whatever it may be. That will never give you any sort of pleasure and happiness. Kehi sukha nahi deve putra parivar. Maharaja said like that. Kehi sukha nahi deve putra parivar. Your material sons, material wife, material sons and material family, material assets cannot give you any real pleasure and happiness. You give up that attachment, only develop attachment towards Krishna. That means, in other words, you leave it yourself to this spiritual platform which is beyond these three types of material modes. Three gunas. Just go beyond these three gunas. Cross these three gunas and go above them. Then you will really get happiness and pleasure. Otherwise not possible.
Just from past experience, we find sometimes the authorities in Krishna consciousness, they become very elated when there's a good result and very distressed when you don't bring a good result. So how are we supposed to understand this?
That means they are impatient. They are personality. Gita says, Krishna says, Dukhesu anudvignamana sukhesu vigataspruha. You see, Gita teaches this thing. One should not be distressed when there is some material loss or some misery. And one should not be so feel himself, one should not feel himself so much happy or elated when someone gets some material benefit. We have balanced mind in equipoise. You understand? That's bhakta. Bhakta knows, who is really a devotee, he knows Krishna is the giver of result, Phaladata. Karmanyavadhikaraste mahaparesu padasana. Krishna said, you have only right to work. You have no right on the fruit of the work. I will give that. What Krishna gives, devotee is satisfied with it. Yes, Krishna gives this thing. Krishna wants this thing. So he'll never feel happy or distressed. He is always equiposed. He is real devotee Vaishnava. You see, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, great Vaishnava Acharya, pure devotee, he first thought of that this Krishna consciousness should be preached all over the world, especially in the Western world. Some Krishna consciousness here is here in India. Indian people in India are more or less Krishna conscious. It's prevailing here. But Western world is bereft of Krishna consciousness. The people are mostly passionate people, and passion or ignorance. And so they are always trying to make this material world more comfortable, more enjoyable, making so many scientific discoveries and inventions like that. Still, they cannot do it. And still they cannot get real happiness and pleasure. Because this dukkhalayam, material existence is miserable existence. How can you get any happiness here? So-called happiness is no happiness at all. Rather, it is outcome of unlimited miseries. Dukkha jona yevate. And happiness is very short time, adyantavanto, temporary, and outcome is unlimited miseries. Devotee knows all these things. So he never feels happy or distressed. He completely depends on Krishna. Krishna is the ultimate sanctioning authority. He is the giver of result. What Krishna gives, he becomes satisfied with it, never complains. So I was telling you of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur thought of this thing to preach this Krishna consciousness in Western world. So he first started writing books in English, and he also started that gave training to some of the followers that they will preach this thing. And so he sent some of his followers with books, go and distribute books. let it be praised. This is the real doing good to others for upkar. But generally people are materialistic people, conditioned souls. They know this body, what are the needs of the body, and they are always engaged in fulfilling the needs of the body. They don't know about soul. Now, what is the need of the soul? They don't know. How many are there? Those who know about soul and need of the soul. The number of those people is very, very little, meager, very little. So who will take these books? These books on self-realization, science of the self, who will take? Such books, that means materialistic people have written about sense gratification and material enjoyment. Those books are very much popular books, and they are sold like hotcakes. Cinema books, you see, novels, fiction stories like that. So, those books are sold in great number like hotcakes. These books, how many people buy? So those students or brahmacharis, they went out to sell books, but they become disappointed. People are not taking books. Only one brahmachari sold one book. So they came with the very negative result. They say, oh, Gurudeva, people are not appreciating these books. Only one book is sold. Oh, that's great. One book is sold, that's very great. You see, he says, encourage them. This is very great. One book is sold, that's all. This will spread, this growth mudang. Then many people will be gradually interested. That's encouraged. You see, he didn't discourage. Oh, one book is sold, very nice. One book is sold. He never says, oh, you rascal, you are unworthy and qualified person. You cannot sell books. He never said that. He's Vaishnava. Vaishnava is not so. He knows, generally people are here, materialistic people, they don't know about soul, the need of the soul. So, how can they appreciate this thing? Still we should preach. Needs preaching. Depending solely upon Krishna, completely upon Krishna, Vaishnava preaches. And he knows